It helps to add yourself to the stream when you want people to hear you. Hey, my dibble. I'd say hi to TG, but she's timed out because Dibble told me to. Hi, Tammy. Hope everyone is doing well. I know Dibble's recovering, so thank you for being here. You should be resting, healing up, but that's okay. I always love it when you're here. She does, doesn't she? Stupid little banana poops. Hey, Myra. So, still waiting on a call back. I've called once again today for Social Security, and that worker said that they would get in touch with my representative and call me back. Still waiting. I'm like, what the hell? And again, I tried to get the representative's number so I could just talk to them direct. And they're like, well, I'll give them your number, and if they want to call you, yeah. Oh, poor Dibble. Not yet. Nope. I'm sorry, Dibble. Hey, Harry. Well, Dibble, you write it down on paper so you don't have to try and talk. And you go tell them to be quiet. Tell them we all said so. YouTube said so. They have to be quiet. Kim had said she had sent one package out to me, and I haven't gotten it. So I told her to check on tracking. She's fairly certain she sent a package to me. She's not exactly sure though, so she's gonna check. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Bobby. Because I haven't had anything from Texas show up on my informed delivery. So. Oh. So Mom was here this morning. She brought me a couple of extra things. I didn't give her much on the grocery list because I'm trying to minimalize what she's spending on food for me. So I didn't really. Thank you, Harry. I didn't really put much on the list. So she picked up extra stuff for me. I'm like, okay. Hey, Darlene, are you still trapped, or did you get your car straightened that way? Oh, look who's back. And then she wanted to go through the closet in the storage room. First thing she pulled out was Christmas stockings, and John's stocking was on top. So, I'm immediately waterworks. And she's like, well, don't start crying. We won't get anything done. I'm like, thank you so much for your sensitivity. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, most of the stuff that was in the closet was his. There was still some stuff from the Toxic Twins, most of which I threw out, although there was a really pretty purplish glazed bowl. I didn't really get too close of a look at it, but the colors were really awesome on it. If it wasn't purple, I'd probably sell it, but it's purple, so I'm keeping it. Um, and that was Jill's. She's not getting it back. That bitch and her boyfriend owe me $600. I'm keeping the bowl. So, hey, fix it, lady. But yeah, it was hard. Going through the stuff in the closet. John's hat that he bought the October before he died for Halloween was in there. So, not easy. Not easy at all. Oh, and I kept the hat too. I told my mom that's going right back in the closet. Thank you. And there were some horror movies and shit in there that I mean I won't watch, but I had to keep them because my son likes that kind of movie. So Dibble. Please tell me I didn't just lock down my stuff. And I did. StreamYard hates me. I was gonna share a picture and now my cursor's locked out of everything. Great. So let me know if all of a sudden you can't hear me anymore because my cursor won't work on anything. I'll have to restart my computer. Means I can't do anything either. I love technology. See, I'm not even getting little sound bubbles around, little sound vibrations around my bear, so I don't even. Let me know if you guys can still hear me because I'm not getting an indication that I have any audio. My chat's not moving. Nothing is happening on my computer. Mother Okay, that was refreshing. My whole thing locked up. My chat got stuck. Everything. I couldn't see a damn thing, and nobody could hear me, apparently. I'm back. I had to restart the whole computer. Sorry about that. No, I didn't lose my signal. StreamYard locked up on me. Yeah. Oh, you could hear me. See, I couldn't see any of that. And you know how you get the little vibration things around the avatar? I wasn't even seeing that. It wasn't moving at all, so I didn't know if I had audio. And since I couldn't, my cursor was ineffective. Yeah. Yeah. Technology. Yay. Ibuprofen works best for tooth pain. Oh, that's so cute. Let me tell you something. When you have broken teeth and get an abscess, it does not help. When you have broken teeth without an abscess, it doesn't help. So if you've missed anybody that came in, hi. Hey, Donna. Yeah, it's a mess. I was going to share the picture of John in his hat, and apparently StreamYard doesn't want me to do that. Hey, Bonnie. Because the hat stayed. There was some stuff in there at Issa's that got tossed, though. Her Halloween stuff. She's never going to use it, so. I do apparently now have a plethora of little Christmas village buildings or something. I didn't look at them, so I don't know if they're marked. But yeah, it's filling the bottom of a tote. I don't recall ever owning any of those, so they must have been Jill's. I told my mom to keep them in there. I'll go through them eventually and see if anything is worth selling. Some of them are really cute. But my mom is happy because she got like 2 boxes full of stuff to throw away, including the big Christmas tree that the Toxic Twins decided to put up without my permission. And it got moved around so much in the house that Christmas and then got knocked over and they wrecked it. It was the Christmas tree John and I had bought, and they wrecked it, so that's getting tossed. So it was a rather emotional morning. I moved the live time back because I wanted to try and get like at least an hour and a half nap. And yeah, I slept for like 20 minutes. My hands are flaring up, so TG apparently wants to get timed out again. Have you missed getting timed out, TG, or do you have something you need to do and you want an excuse to go? TG's instigating. It might echo for a minute if I talk when I do this. I got to pull up my YouTube chat. It's too hard for me to see the StreamYard chat. Type it. The font's too tiny. Oops, wrong thing. Oh no, my laptop is so slow. I really need a new laptop. Then I can put this one out in my craft studio and use it for shipping. And I won't have to have my mom depend on my mom to bring my laptop in and out. Something to save the pennies for. Right now, I'm just still concerned about rent. Luckily, my landlord hasn't yelled at me yet. All right. All right. Now it shouldn't echo. Okay, that's interesting. Let it pop out my YouTube chat so I can see it. Otherwise, I won't know what you crazy people are talking about. I messaged him when it happened, and whoops, I let him know that what was going on with Social Security, and he just said, "Okay, thanks. Let me know." So yeah. But I mean, he's a pretty cool landlord, but he is a landlord and understandably will want his rent. I mean, I'm not going to be mad at him for wanting it, although I will be kind of resentful. But like, hello, it's not in my control, you know? But I'll still understand. I mean, it's his business, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, not yet, but that doesn't mean he won't call me tomorrow and be like, okay, if I don't have my rent, then, you know, I'm going to start eviction proceedings. It depends on his mood, you know? But he has a sister that's on disability. So hopefully he'll be a little more understanding. And I mean, I have always paid my rent on time or as close to on time. You know, like I've had the rent, but he's been late and I've always paid it in full. You know, the entire, what, 6, 7, 8 years I've lived in the building. So hopefully that will come into play. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't give him any hassles. I only have him fix stuff that absolutely needs it, like if the AC goes down or whatever, or if there's a plumbing issue or something. Other than that, I don't bug him about anything. Which technically I could because, well, the floors are pulling up and still have a broken window. I have been trying every day, and I get in touch with them and I tell them because I have to keep repeating the same, you know, I have to keep repeating the whole situation over again every time I get a new person. And then they're like, okay, well, I'll contact your representative and then I'll call you back. And then I sit here all day waiting, you know, because if you call them back, I'll get a new person. So then I have to start the whole thing over again. My representative is probably like, why are all these people contacting me and getting pissed? So I'm not doing that. I can only call them once a day, explain everything all over again. And that's what I've been doing. My mom irritated me this morning because, you know, I told her what was going on. And she goes, well, you're going to call again, right? No, I'd rather be homeless. What kind of question is that? And then she got mad at me because I got irritated. I'm like, whatever. Yep. So I have thunder over here. It's thundering. And hey, bee lady. They can pull up my info, but they have to have representative has to tell them how to proceed or some shit. I don't know. I mean, I asked if you can't you just mail me the packet? I mean, if you've been mailing it since February to the wrong address, surely you can mail it now to the correct address. And then she came back and said my representative wanted me to come into the Social Security office, and I was like, I already told you. Oh, I already did that, Dibble. It didn't help. I'm like, I already told you I cannot get to the Social Security office. And now I'm talking to my mom today. She doesn't know where it is. And she's like, I get so nervous driving downtown. I'm like, great. She goes, but I'll do it if I have to. So then I'm going to worry about my mom driving and being nervous while driving. Never a good combination for a 90-year-old woman. You know what I mean? Um, then I asked, can someone come pick it up if you won't mail it? And she's like, well, I'll have to ask the representative. And then I never heard from her again. I'm like, ugh. So all I need them to do is mail it to me. That's all. I will fill it out. My mom even said that as soon as I fill it out, she would come pick it up and bring it to the post office or bring it, make sure it gets in my mailbox to get sent out because I can't get to my mailbox. She's like, well, I'll make a trip over there and grab it and put it in the mailbox for you, or put it in her mailbox, which is probably more secure. Mom lives in a much better neighborhood than I do. Much better. Because mama got money. You know what I mean? So, but they just don't seem to know. I don't need anybody to call for me. I've talked to them. I mean, then they turn around and say they have to contact my rep and that they'll call me back. So it's not difficult. Just mail me the fucking packet of information for me to fill out. You know what I mean? Ugh. My mother doesn't have GPS. She wouldn't know how to operate one. My mom can barely operate her flip phone. Okay. Nope. And I don't have a printer, even if it was available to print off. I have no printer. It's the medical review packet. It's like 50 pages long or something. For me to tell them all the same crap is all the same crap. Nothing has reversed itself. My leg didn't grow back. My back hasn't regenerated. I'm still disabled. And yeah, it's like 25, 50 pages long. It seems like it's 100 pages long. The thing's huge. I am 100% disabled. And apparently they haven't tried sending me one in, let's see, when did I move back from Florida? Like 7 or 8 years ago? It's not 3 pages. The one I get isn't 3 pages long. It's thick. It's like a quarter of an inch high. It's huge. And it's repetitive. It probably is 3 pages. They just keep wording things in a different way. But I haven't had to do one. I think I've done 3. I've been disabled since 2006. 100% disabled since 2006. And I think I've filled out 3 of them in that time. So, but apparently they haven't tried to send me one in quite a few years because this is the first time I've heard of it, and because it didn't click in their system when I changed my address with them. I get a supplement of SSI, but I'm on SSA, which the courts here tell me doesn't exist. But when I call to get my balance, it says your SSA deposit. So it's SSA, Social Security Assistance, which everybody says doesn't exist, but somehow I have it. Nope, Dibble, I have to go through all my medical stuff and list everything that's still wrong, if anything has changed, all of that. and they ask it multiple times. They ask me dates. I never know the dates. I don't remember dates of when I went to a doctor. I mean, it was 2006. Okay. Well, there is also SSA because that is what I get. I get SSI because my SSA is under the poverty level. So I get a SSI supplement of $33, which, woohoo, living large with that little bonus. But hey, these days it buys bread and milk, right? There is an SSA because that is what I receive. Well, it's not because that's what I receive, and I've been getting it since 2006. If you called them on my phone right now, it would tell me my last SSA deposit of blah 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 was on blah 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 blah. Hey, Lisa D. So yeah. So it's just very frustrating because every day that I call, I get a different worker, and then I have to explain the whole thing over again. It's really aggravating. So yeah, the court system told me SSA didn't exist. I'm like, wow, I'm living on invisible funds. That's pretty cool. Interesting. I have rolling thunder. Not big booms, just rolling thunder. So and they didn't give me the option to fill it out online. I could do that. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Although I'm a little leery about their system since it didn't take my change of address. But I could do it if it was online. It was not an option that they gave me. Right, Lisa? Definitely. I wouldn't want it to happen. Sorry. I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody else either, especially if that's their only income. You know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't be so freaked out if I had somebody else here or had somebody else's income that was helping and that they could carry it, but I don't. So it's just mine. If you can even call it an income. Yeah. They didn't even give me that option, Bobby. They told me I had to, if they either had to mail it to me or I had to come pick it up. Then they told me I had to come pick it up. And when I told them I couldn't, they said, okay, well, we'll have to have, I'll call your rep and we'll see what they say. And I never hear back from them. So, I mean, I will give the call center people credit. They're trying. I mean, nobody's given me attitude or, well, the first one gave me a little bit of attitude when she said, well, they've been trying to get it to you since February. I'm like, well, that's a little difficult when you're sending it to the wrong address because your computer system didn't take my address when I changed it. I mean, that's not something that you'd think of to check on. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I usually figure the least you hear from the government, the better off you are. So it didn't occur to me that I wasn't getting any mail from them. Oh, my left eye is still tripping. So another aggravating day. I mean, I still haven't heard from them, and I called them at. Well, my mom was here this morning, and I called them when she left around 11 o'clock. So, but if you do suddenly hear the theme for Star Wars, that's probably them, and if I suddenly go silent, that's why. Yeah, Salvation Army here sucks. I mean, we walked in there with two kids. John and I walked in with two kids. They were like 7 and 8 at the time, and asked for help. And the woman that was in charge of greeting people or whatever took one look at my necklace, which was a pentacle, and well, I wouldn't on purpose be lady, but if Social Security calls, I'll still be live, but I'll be on the phone because that's kind of an important phone call. Um, yeah, she took one look at the pentacle I was wearing and went, "We can't help you." And I was like, "So you're gonna let my kids go hungry, even though you advertise that you help with food? Really?" She came out with like 2 bags of crap groceries. They were stuff that normal people wouldn't eat. I don't know. Said you have to go. Yeah, a lot of the churches and stuff have attitudes like that. We help everyone unless we don't want to. Yeah, it is sad. Now, when I was in Florida, I was friends with some people that went to Middleburg Baptist Church because I was living in Middleburg at the time, and those were some of the sweetest people I had ever met. Um, they didn't bash me with Bibles, not even once. They were very sweet. They helped me out. They gave me rides to the store. They, the one lady, Liz, she even brought me to their Wednesday dinners that they had. You pay like $2 and you get a plate of food and dessert and stuff, and their food's good too. And she wouldn't let me pay for my food. I mean, I know I'm on limited income, but I can afford $2 for a dinner, you know. And she's like, "Nope, your money's no good. Put it away." And she paid for my dinner. And they're very, very sweet. She invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner at her house, and I mean, they had like a huge gathering of people at their house. It wasn't just family; it was a bunch of people from the church and friends and things like that. So they were very sweet people. The priest, the one priest, he was so Irish, shock white hair. I mean, white hair, bright blue eyes. Little guy. I swear he was a little bit of a leprechaun there. He goes, "You should come to services." And I looked at him, and they all knew that I was pagan, right? And I looked at him. I said, "Okay, I'll come to yours if you come to mine." And he looked at me. He goes, "What exactly would that entail?" And I'm like, "Well, it involves fire, moonlight, and nakedness." And he goes, "So you won't be coming to services?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." And that was the end of it. I mean, we joked around about it, but yeah, it was funny. Yeah, Timmy, I agree. I have gotten treated very badly by Christians in this area. Not all of them, but the majority of them. I'll have people, when I'm in a store, I'll have people walk by me if they see my jewelry and they'll whisper, "Blessed be," which is a more of a Wiccan greeting than pagan, but it flies. It's fine. And they'll whisper it because they don't want anybody to hear it. They still hide here. Not me. I let both my witch flag and my bitch flag fly proud. And it was a super good disguise when I was working loss prevention because here I am walking around Walmart, pentacle necklace, pentacle ring, pentacle bracelet, and nobody ever suspected I was the fuzz. You know what I mean? They were shoplifting right in front of me. It was awesome. I'll let you in on a little secret. About 99% of the people that I busted shoplifting all swore up and down, "I didn't steal anything. I go to church all the time and I'm faithful to my church and I'm Christian and blah blah blah. One guy even pulled a crucifix out of his pocket when I busted his kid and made her start praying with him. One little girl, when I busted her mom stealing, switching the prices on shoes, so she would get sale prices on shoes that were not on sale. Turned around and goes, looked at her mother. The girl was 11 years old. She looked at her mother and goes, I'm going to tell everyone at church what you did. I was like, good for you, kid. It was funny. But yeah, every single one of them claimed they went to church. I'm like, maybe you should have paid more attention. Bobby, all I know is it's the medical review form. That's all I know. Yeah, Lisa, there was a program at the Middleburg Baptist Church that did that too. Um, they would help set people up in apartments and get them furniture and things like that. They were very good people. But the people that trained me with Walmart, my trainers, they actually busted a priest who was shoplifting. I'm like, well, maybe he should have paid better attention. Yeah, it takes all kinds, I guess, you know. It's not the religion that bothers me. Sometimes it's the followers. I mean, I don't hassle anybody over religion unless they come at me like they're gonna try and kill me with a book, you know what I mean? And that's happened too. That's true, Debbie. Some do, like the lady with the shoes. Her husband was so mad. Uh, he comes in and he goes, I just got a $30,000 bonus, and you have $5,000 worth of shoes in the closet, and you're switching prices on shoes to get a couple of bucks off. He's like, what the hell? Yeah, he was so mad. And then there was a lady that kept shoplifting with her little kid, her little girl. She got busted in every store in the area, and I busted her in my store. She had $300 worth of stuff, and she tried saying it was for the kid. Well, I'm sorry, but size 12 boots and a negligee are not for a 1-year-old little girl. Um, and it was on Easter. After I had busted her, they get trespassed from the store, so they can't come back in the store, or they can get arrested for trespassing. But I'm walking through the toy department, and I spotted the little girl who I recognized. I'm like, uh-oh. So I'm watching, and she's dumping those little single packs of Legos, you know, and she's dumping them in a purse. I'm like, on Easter, really? See, I didn't have a problem working Easter because it's not my holiday, right? So I'm like, really, you're stealing on Easter. And this is why she wearing a cross, and she again was one of the ones that said, I go to church, I'm not stealing. Yeah, and she's stealing. And I debated with myself because I could have busted her and sent her to jail on Easter and disrupted whatever family thing was going on that she was missing. All right, I saved that tab, Debbie, or Bonnie. Thank you. I'll look at it, and I'll when I call again tomorrow, because apparently they're not calling me back. Oh, it says your session has expired. Return to online services. The tab won't let me do anything. There's a tab to nowhere. I could have disrupted her entire family, had her go to jail, and had her kid have to get picked up, by either her father or social services. So I finally just walked around the corner. I grabbed the end of the cart. The little girl waved at me because she remembered me. She was so cute. And I was like, are you really shoplifting on Easter? And the woman started to say something. I said, don't even lie because I've been watching you. I said, dump them. And she upended the purse, dumped all the Lego boxes out. And I looked at her. I said, take your child and go home and have Easter with your family. I was like, if I see you in my store again, I'm not going to be nice the next time. Get out. And she snatched up that little girl and took off like a shot. And I could have made it. I mean, I could have added her to my numbers. The loss prevention people always boasted on how many people they busted a month, and I mean, I could have had one more number on my list, but I have compassion for other people's holidays. Yeah. And there's no reason you can't combine them. There really isn't. But a lot of, say, 4, 5. Okay, I'll write it down. Um, a lot of people that are raised in a Christian or Catholic type of environment um, are raised that anybody pagan worships the devil and we're evil. You know what I mean? So say, and that's not true. 4, 5, 5. All right, I wrote it down. Thank you. Um, I'm on Chrome, Donna. Welcome back, Darlene. I had a little girl. I say little girl because she acted like one, but she worked there and she went to touch my pentacle, and I asked her to please not touch it. She was like, "Well, it's a really pretty Star David." And I'm like, "It's not a Star David. It's a pentacle." And her eyes got real big, and she started crying and ran away. Well, I got my SSI. I got the $33, but I got that on the last day of September. But it was for the month of October. But I didn't get any benefits on the month of October. Yeah, I am screwed. If I don't get that money, I'm seriously screwed. Because my disability amount covers my rent and my utilities. Wow, it just got really dark in my room. I do believe we're about to have a really big storm. I got thunder and I got darkness. Um, and that's it. It won't even cover food. So, if they don't give me my full amount for October, there was no way for me to make up back rent, for the month of October. Like if they give me my benefits in September and only part of my benefits in October, there's no way for me to make up that other $525 for this month. So, yeah, I need my full amount. They need to stop dicking me around. I'm getting a little tired of it. I'm getting cranky. Well, I've been cranky. I'm still cranky. I mean, my depression levels are still up there, but I dealt with them for what, over a week now, and they're kind of starting to level out, so I can actually have a. There's the thunder. Boom. The utilities aren't in my name, so no, I can't. Oh, Dibble, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, that would be it. Still doesn't help me much, but that would be it. Well, my benefits come under SSA. They are called SSA benefits. So I get SSI and I get SSA. I have no idea, Melissa. Oh, did you hear the thunder? Yeah. Yeah, it is very dark in my room. B lady, I understand what you're saying, and I am telling you, my benefits are listed under SSA benefits. So there's nothing on any of my paperwork or any of my stuff that says SSDI. It says SSA. So I don't know. But it doesn't really matter what it's called. I'm not getting it because they screwed up and they're not giving me my money. So no, my benefits are coming from the government. I don't get benefits from any of the states. It's just the state that you go through. Yep. But they have me listed as living in Florida. They don't even have me as ever having lived in South Carolina, and I got on disability while living here. Tell me their system isn't fucked up. I'm like, what? They're like, well, we know you lived in Massachusetts. I'm like, yeah. And we have you as living in Florida. I'm like, yeah, but we don't have you listed. I'm like, I'm like, I got on disability when I was living in South Carolina. How can you not have me listed? I went to court to get disability in South Carolina. I'm like, I love the government. Really, I do. No, I'm not okay. I'm very irritated. It's very frustrating. Unless I can fill them out online, and I don't know if those are the ones they want me to send. I have to have them send me the forms or have to pick them up. I cannot have them printed. So, thank you, Bobby. So, I don't have a printer. All I have is my label printer. Thank you, B lady. But I don't know if those are the ones they want me to do. I mean, I appreciate the offer. I don't want you to use up your ink though if they're not the ones that I need to fill out. When I call them again tomorrow, because it's already 4, they're not going to call me back now. And there's the rain. When I call them back tomorrow, I'll ask her what form I need. and then I'll let you know. I mean, my mom, talking to her today, she does not sound like she wants to go to the Social Security office. She she's very nervous about driving downtown. I mean, she's 90. Her memory's not that good. She doesn't know where the Social Security office is. So she's very nervous about trying to get there, and it doesn't sound like she wants to do it. Why didn't they tell me that, Bobby? Oh, they could just tell me that I have to either go in or have to. Nope, B lady, she doesn't even know how to operate her laptop. She has a hard time figuring out her flip phone. You should have seen her today trying to pull up a picture. It was amazing. No, my daughter has a printer. My mother does not have access to that printer. And my daughter will not do shit for me. So that's not an option. Yeah, I don't think they're going to call Bobby. I'm going to have to call again in the morning, go over the whole thing again, and then ask what the forms are that I need. And if I can do them online because I can't get there, I'll have to go through the whole thing again for like the 5th time. Well, because that is my luck, B lady. With my luck, I'd fill out the wrong forms and have to wait again. So, you know what I mean? there'll be some form that's not available. That's the one I have to do. So had a boss once tell me if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have none at all. It's pretty accurate. So I got to call them again tomorrow. So I'll ask them what form can it be done online, or can you just freaking mail them to me? God, why is it? I don't understand why it's so difficult. They've been sending out apparently multiple packets in Florida from the Florida office to an address in Florida. So why can't the South Carolina office send it to me at the correct address? I don't get it. This is not rocket science. So well, because I've got one form is SSA 455, but then the ones you gave me, B lady, are different. You said SSA 827 and SSA 454. So you can understand why I don't know, hey Anvil, which form I'm supposed to fill out. I will ask them tomorrow, and maybe they know why. I don't know. It's very frustrating. And I do very much appreciate all the help you guys are offering. It's very frustrating, and you just want to scream. And then I had, the emotional shit this morning on top of that. That's true, Bonnie. And I do appreciate it. Oh, I found out I have a Wii game too. I forget which one it is, but I have a Wii game that once I am able to look at it, my mom put it back in the closet. Once I'm able to look at it, I'll see if it's in decent shape. I can sell that shit because I have never owned a Wii in my life. It's not mine. It also was left here by the roommates. They did not take real good care of their stuff though, so I'm kind of not real hopeful that it's going to be in good shape, but you never know. Shit, I gotta turn my light on. I can't see the damn thing in here. The monsters are gonna come out from under the bed and get me. It's too dark in here. I don't know if I told you guys. Fun thing happened the other day. Well, it was a few nights ago. I'm just sitting here watching a movie, doing whatever. Yeah, mine are too, Darlene. That's why I had to mute for a minute. And I hear this pop behind me, and I'm looking. And I'm like, well, what the hell did the cats pop out of a box or whatever now? And I'm looking, and I don't see anything. And the cats are sleeping. I'm like, what the hell? So I lean over the edge of the bed a little bit, and I see something on the floor. I grab my phone and turn the flashlight on. It was a damn light bulb from my ceiling fan. Had apparently vibrated loose. And shut up, TG. And it hit the floor. It didn't break. It just landed on the floor and didn't move. I'm like, what? You couldn't have screwed it back in so I'd have light overhead? Really? You had to unscrew it and unscrew it back in? Jeez. Yeah. It was freaky. But I mean, it's not any. It's really not anything paranormal. The ceiling fan vibrates and the light fixture vibrates, so the light bulbs sometimes vibrate loose. And since I can't reach it in any way, shape, or form, yeah, it's on its own. April said she was going to let me sell yesterday. I wasn't supposed to sell yesterday. I do have things. I sell jewelry that I made. I don't have that much of it, but because I haven't been able to get any damn work done. And I have a variety of other doodads, odds and ends and things. But I have shipping that I have to do. And once again, because of my financial situation, I had juggled money thinking I was getting my disability benefits because, who's going to think they're not going to get them? And when I didn't get them, I can't do my shipping. So I have like 4 or 5 people. Oh shit, Dibble, I never sent out your stuff. I actually got Dibble's label made and it's still sitting out there. I'm so sorry, Dibble. I will get that scheduled and get it out to you. But I don't want to sell anything until I can get my shipping out because it just I don't want to get a bad reputation for not shipping. And I'm afraid that's what I'm getting because something keeps interfering with me being able to do my labels, which is out of my control. But I really need a laptop that I can just leave out there so I can just do my shipping. No, it's not electrical issues. Just it wobbles. So I don't want to sell anybody more stuff without knowing that I can ship them. You know what I mean? No, B-Lady, you don't have to drop the link to it. But yeah, if you wanna print them, I can ask them which one I need and fill out the appropriate one. I just don't understand why, if it's available online, they're not telling me I can do that. Yeah, Lisa, but it's me. I feel bad. And I don't want it all piling up, It's just I feel bad for not being able to get the shipping out. Thank you, B-Lady. I get stuff a variety of people, and head offices. You're talking Section 8? I can't get Section 8. Their waiting list is 5 years long, and they are not accepting applications. Every time I call, they're like, well, we were accepting applications a few days ago, but only for a day or two, and now we're not accepting them. So, well, if it means I have to move, that's not happening either. There is absolutely no way for me to move. I have nobody to help me. I have no way to do it. So, I actually don't mind this house. I like the house. I just wish I could get in and out of it. That would be nice. Yeah, believe, but the people that I'm talking to, the people that work for the Social Security office, aren't telling me that. They're telling me that I have to either fill out the form, either I go in the office and fill out the form, or they have to mail it to me, and they don't know if they can mail it to you. I don't even know who my caseworker is with Social Security. They tell me I have a representative. They won't give me their name or number. They just keep messaging them. So I can't. They said, oh, well, we'll give her your number and she can call you. And nobody ever calls me. Like, look, I'm not a plague carrier. You can't catch it through the phone anyway. You know? Yeah, it is messed up. I agree. It's a shitty situation. I mean, I'm not trying to whine about it, but it's very, very frustrating. And mentally, I'm in a really bad place right now, I mean, I've always prided myself on getting my rent paid in full and on time. No, I call and I get a representative, like a call center person, the people who answer the phones. Then they have to message my representative, which would be equal to a caseworker, and ask them questions, and then they're supposed to call me back. So Okay, B lady. Thank you. I don't know if I have your email. I should, because I had to email you my information. Let me double check. So every time I call, end up talking to a different person. B lady. But I can't because I'm waiting for them to call me back. So if I bombard them and then the people that I'm calling bombard the representative, they're going to be like, screw it. Yeah, B lady, I bought something for you, not this marathon, but the last marathon. I got a blue lace agate bracelet and some rings. Yeah, they do because they're working from home. So not only did they have a home to go to, but they're in their home. And that's why they have to message the rep, my rep. Yeah. No, I don't have a caseworker through the county. If you're talking social services here, social services in my town suck donkey balls. They do not help anyone. Been there, done that. They told me I had a woman from social services tell me that it didn't matter if my back was too bad for me to clean. She had a paraplegic cousin who was able to clean their house. And I looked at her and said, "What's he doing? Sweeping with a broom in his mouth?" Because what the hell? I'm like, she said he was fully paralyzed, but he was able to clean his house. I'm like, you're a liar. Get out of my damn house. They don't have any compassion. They don't give a fuck. So no, I will not deal with social services here. They fucked me royally with my kids, and they don't offer any kind of assistance that helps. Yeah, the lady, I did that, and I keep getting locked out of it because I can't remember the email that I used. So I try 3 times and it locks me out. So yeah. Oh, I can't even get my meds refilled because my doctor won't do a video conference with me. He wants to see me. I'm like, why? So you can look at me and then write my prescription? It's for nerve pain med. What are you going to do? There is nothing that he can do that I can't answer over the phone. But he won't do it. So I haven't had my neuropathy medication in almost a year. That's why I live in gloves. I don't even know where that would come in, Bobby. I wouldn't even know where to go. The only place we have here is DSS, Department of Social Services. That's what we have, Department of Social Services, and they suck. They treat you like shit. So yeah, not around here. They don't. I have never, in the 22 years I have lived in South Carolina, I have never gotten any viable help from any agency in this town. None. Except for the Interfaith Ministries, which gave me a ramp. South Carolina. Dibble. And the only reason that I got the ramp is because the EMTs asked them if they asked the Interfaith Ministries if they could help me with a ramp, because the EMTs were tired of coming out here and help me get up and up on and off my porch. I don't want a home visit. I don't want people in my house. I don't like people in my house. They look at my stuff. I don't know. I don't like people. I don't people well. Yeah. Yeah, my mom gets me groceries. I mean, I eat minimally, but I eat one meal a day. She brought me a I guess you'd call it a ham steak today, and she brought me the I think it's Tyson, and they're chicken breasts in with gravy. There are like 3 of them in there. Now I've had them before. These the chicken breasts are tiny, tiny. And my mom's like, "That should last you 2 meals." And I'm looking at her and laughing because my mom doesn't eat enough to keep a bird alive. You know, and I'm looking at her going, "I am a fat girl. That is going to be 1 meal." You know, but I didn't tell her that. No, I'm not diabetic. The hospital told me I was, and they were giving me teeny tiny little minuscule bits of insulin. Um, but yeah, I'm not diabetic. I talked to my doctor and we went through all of the everything, and yeah, I'm not. The one doctor prescribed enough insulin that the way he prescribed insulin for me, which the guy was like a drug pusher. He came at me like freaking fanatic. I mean, grr, in my face, telling me I was going to die if I didn't take insulin at home. What he prescribed to me would have had me dead before I could hit the first one on 911. And something had told me to hold off and not take it. When I had my home healthcare nurse come in to clean my wound on my foot for my surgery, I told her about it and I said, something doesn't sound right about the amounts that he prescribed, because they were like 10 times the amount the hospital was giving me. And I'm like, it just doesn't sound right. And so she called his office and nobody answered, which is weird. And they didn't call her back. Now, usually if a nurse calls a doctor's office, she gets an immediate call back. She didn't get one for 10 minutes. So she called the pharmacy at the hospital and talked to the pharmacists there, who are so amazing. These pharmacists are unbelievably awesome. And they were like, "Oh my God, tell her not to take that." And she was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because that will kill her. Before she can dial 911, she'd be dead." So they were like, "We're gonna put a call into the people." And say, anyway, she ended up talking to my doctor. My doctor confirmed, don't take her. I can't get food stamps. Not going into it again. I've already explained it, but yeah, I can't get food stamps. Um, and so then made an appointment with my doctor, and because at the time I was able to get in and out of my house, and I went down. I talked to him, and we both came to the conclusion that I'm not diabetic. I don't need to take insulin at home, and I could have filed charges on that doctor that misdiagnosed and misprescribed. I mean, that doctor could have killed me with the amount of insulin he wanted me to take. It was an outrageous amount. It would have dropped my blood sugar down instantly, and I would have died. Oh no, no, I already got them, B lady. It wasn't this auction. It was a previous. It was the first one that you were in. I already paid for them. I already got them months ago. Give me your email again, B lady, just to make sure I have the right one. No, my son didn't take advantage of it, and neither did John. B lady. Yep, I do have that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll email you as soon as whenever I end my live. But yeah, it wasn't John and my son that took advantage of it. It was the girl that John started dating, and then the second time was my fault. That was fully my fault because I thought I had 3 months to change my address when I came back from Florida, and I actually only had 30 days. So, well, I won't know if they're the right ones, B lady, until I talk to somebody at Social Security tomorrow. So, I mean, I can wait to email you um, until I talk to them, but they're going to end up telling me they'll call me back, and then I'm going to be waiting all day again. I agree, Lisa. I agree. He must have been getting kickbacks from the insulin people or something. I mean, one of the insulins, he had to give me a coupon for it because it's $1,000 a month, and the other one was $800 a month. I don't even get that in 2 months. I'm like, and how exactly am I supposed to pay for that? You know? Yeah, well, there's nothing else I can do about it. There's no way around it. They don't have the information. They have to contact my representative, who then tells them whatever, and then they call me back. Now, the first lady did call me back a couple times, but the last time she was like, "You have to come into the office," and I was like, "I've already told you I cannot come into the office. I cannot get in and out of my house. I mean, I can get out, but I can't get back in, and I have no ride. My mom can't handle the wheelchair. She can't get it in her. Yeah, my damn phone doesn't take. Oh, this thing. I had that phone on the charger all night. I mean, over 8 hours, and it was only at 63% from 23. I'm like, ugh. I love this phone, all except for the charging. So there's no way around the callback thing. I mean, I can't make them have information in their head that they have to contact someone else for. But the first lady did try really hard to. I mean, I could hear her typing to a message to the representative. Okay, will do. Thank you, B lady. So their system is definitely flawed, and human error, and the fact that the representative doesn't seem to want to do her job. Either that, or she's got so many people complaining that I'm just on a list of many that she isn't helping. I don't know, but it's difficult when you can't just go down there and go, look, I need to talk to somebody about this. Because believe me, if I was able to, I'd have already been down there. Yep. So, where are you going, chunk of butt? Oh, the dog decided she had to get down and stretch. Silly dog. Silly. She jumped down, she stretched, now she's back on the bed. Crazy dog. So, yeah, me too. I really appreciate it, B Lady. Thank you. And it doesn't help that I absolutely hate talking to businesses or places like Social Security or whatever. I hate talking to them on the phone. I hate making phone calls. Yeah, well, I can't get in there, so I mean, the landlord did fix the door frame, the door jamb, so that I can get out in case there's an emergency. Because I told him, I said, if I get trapped in my house and I die in a fire or something because I can't get out, that's not going to really reflect well on you. You know what I mean? So he did put a low profile door jamb thing in the inside part of it, but it's a pretty wide door jamb, and the outside part is kind of broken. This is not the best repaired house, and he said that he would have to take the storm door off in order to put a different kind of ramp type thing on the outside of it. And I'm like, okay, go ahead and do it. And he was like, well, my dad doesn't really want me to. It's not his dad's house anymore. I know damn well that he owns the house now. So, oh, good, Bobby. I like it when people get good news. So, my neighbor brought my mail in to me. I had a box from Chewy.com sitting on my porch for 4 days. Apparently, nobody wanted to steal dog food, which is good. But she brought it in and put it right down in the middle of my entryway. So I couldn't get around it. I couldn't get past it. I had to grab it and kind of halfway open it and then drag it backwards while I was in the wheelchair to get it out of my way. I'm like, would have probably been good if you just kind of carried that all the way in the house for me, but at least it was in the house. You know what I mean? Ugh. Oh, cool, Bobby. That's a good thing. Yeah, in order to get back in my house, someone has to be behind me and pull me backwards through the door because the little wheels on the front of the wheelchair, I can't go forward because they won't go over that. It's like an inch and a half high door jamb, and the little wheels just stop, and I would fly out of my wheelchair, and that would be a bad thing. So I have to go through the door backwards because the big wheels will go over it, but it needs somebody to pull me, and I don't have anybody to do that now. So I mean, my mom can't do it, you know. Congratulations, Bobby. So, yeah, I haven't actually been through my doorway in 3 years. No, it's not motorized. I can't have a motorized one because my dog has to go under my wheelchair to get outside, and on motorized wheelchairs, the motor is underneath underneath the seat. There wouldn't be enough room for the dog to get under there. I thought about that. I looked them up and I was like, "Holy crap, those are expensive." But, yeah, I was thinking that, if I had a motorized one, it would probably be able to get in and out of the house, and, yeah, 1, the price is outrageous. 2, I was looking at the design of them, and, yeah, the dog wouldn't be able to go under the wheelchair in order to get outside to go to the bathroom. So there's not enough room out there in that little. It's a little add-on where the washer and dryer are, and I mean, in order for me to get out there, I can't even wheel out there. Really, I have to get to the entrance of it, my back door, and then grab the door frame and pull myself through it. No, I cannot carry her on my lap. 1, I don't have a lap because I'm fat. And 2, she's 35 pounds. And I wouldn't be able to wheel the wheelchair because I'd be holding on to a 35-pound dog. So no. No, that's not a thing. Lap. I do not have a lap. I'm fat. My belly's in the way. So Bobby. Yeah, I basically have to get to the entrance of the little room where the washer and dryer are and grab the door frame and kind of pull myself through the doorway and roll to the very back door and then open that, and she goes under the wheelchair and goes outside, and if I stick my elbows out, I touch my washer and I touch the wall. There's no The dog can't even get past the wheelchair. Well, that's cool, bee lady. I don't really need a text to speech program, and I'm not going back to college, so well, I can't say back to college because I never went to college, but I'm not going to college. I get TG. So sweet. I don't have anybody to request anything from, you lady. I do need another laptop because I need one for, well, I'd actually put this one that I'm using right now out there for shipping and have the new one in my room, but I can't afford that either. So it is what it is. There's no way to do it, be lady. I cannot. The motorized wheelchairs have the motor under the seat, and my dog would not be able to go outside. It's not possible. Yeah, well, I don't know who to request things from. Never had anywhere that would give me anything for free. There's no way for me to put the dog out without her going under the wheelchair. There's just no room there. She can't even get past the wheelchair if I'm out there. Sometimes she gets really excited and she'll run into that little room by, ahead of me, and I have to stop and look at her and go, this isn't going to work. So then she comes back in the kitchen, and then I go out first and get the door open, and she goes under the wheelchair and goes outside. So yeah, motorized wheelchair would be great, but it would not be feasible for me putting my dog out. I'll have to remember to try and take a picture of that where the washer and dryer are, so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's only about 3.5 feet of space there. Put it that way. You walk straight through from the kitchen to the back door, and there's no room to negotiate, navigate, nothing in there. I can't even do my own laundry because I can't open the dryer when I'm in there. Yeah, no, she wouldn't do that. She gets too anxious and she wants to go out, and that's why she started going under the wheelchair. As soon as that door's open, she's there, and she's already trained to do that. So, and I can't leave the door open. Okay, Dibble. The door doesn't have one of those things on it to hold it open, so I actually have a leash on the back door. Um, so I have to hold on to that. Otherwise, the door swings all the way open, and I can't get a hold of it to get it closed. So there's just that's not going to work either. And yeah, it is the way it is, and that's how it is. I mean, not being stubborn, it's just that's my reality. I mean, until I got the dog kennel out there, thankfully through a YouTube angel that helped me out, I couldn't even put the dog out. I had to clean up the floor and put puppy pads down for the dogs to go to the bathroom in the house. They hated that. I hated that. It was horrible. And so once we had the dog kennel so that she could go outside again, that's what she did. Under the wheelchair, out the door, back up the steps, under the wheelchair, back in the house. But there's no way to open the door and leave it open. So, and she won't push it open. She's not one of those dogs that likes to push her head through things, like slightly open doors and things. She won't do that. Okay, Darlene. She apparently has a very sensitive face. I don't know. But yeah, if I remember tomorrow, I'll take a picture of where I have to go to put the dog out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's no room. Hell, if I weighed 20 more pounds, I wouldn't be able to get out there myself. If the wheelchair was 3 inches wider on each side, I wouldn't be able to get out there at all. Hell, maybe even 2 inches. Hey, Christy. So these are just ways that we've had to adapt. There's only a few things that I haven't managed to be able to do from the wheelchair, and that one is laundry, because of the way the washer and dryer is set up. Washer, I can get things in it, can't get things out of it, and I can't put things in the dryer. Bye, bee lady. Thank you. And I can't get out to my mailbox, and I can't take my garbage out. Salvation Army here will not help at all. Been there, done that, and that's when I was fully functional. They won't help me. The Salvation Army here will only help you if you go to their services and you are Christian. Most of the churches here are the same way. Most, not all. There was a church that was doing a soup kitchen every week, every day during the week, and they didn't even ask you what your religion was, which was cool. They just fed you, which was nice. But yeah. Yep, Christy, it does. Welcome to South Carolina. Well, we're more than happy to help you as long as you are exactly like us and do exactly what we say. Yep. Christy. Yeah. There are other people that need funds more than I do. I appreciate the thought, though. I am glad I got my water bill paid. And like I said, my electric bill is not due until the end of the month, so I'm not really stressed out about that. I'm concerned about the rent because, it's rent. But so far, my landlord's been pretty cool about it, which is great. But for me, my own personal thing, I've always had my rent paid on time and in full. So it's bothering me personally that I'm not able to do that this month. You know what I mean? And I live month to month. I don't have a rental agreement, so oh boy, Lisa's on a mission. Well, you can't do a GoFundMe because I don't have a bank account, and you need a bank account in order to have a GoFundMe money. So just to let you know, I did a GoFundMe for somebody. So they say they can cut you a check, but they take a big chunk out of your whatever funds you raise in order to do that. And I can't get to a bank to cash a check, so that doesn't work either. All right. Oh my eye! I wish my left eye would behave itself. It's not. Yeah, me too, Bonnie. Me too. Although, like I said earlier, I fully understand if he's like, I really need the rent. You know what I mean? Because it is his business. But for my personal part, I'd be like, dude, I'm not in control of anything. Nope. Banks here won't do the whole sign it over to someone thing anymore. My mom used to do that when I used to get my disability checks, the physical checks, and I didn't have a bank account. I would sign them over to my mom, and then she would go to the bank, sign the back, and like I would put it make payable to, and put my mom's name, and then I'd sign it, and then my mom would go into the bank and sign her name. The banks won't do that here anymore. So, and my mother won't be seen in a check cashing store, so that's not. Let's just say no to your question. Yeah. I have PayPal, but a lot of people, when they do fundraisers, they do a GoFundMe. I'm just saying GoFundMe is not an option. It would any donations or anything would have to go straight into my PayPal. No, not always. Believe me, I've got plenty of will, and there's still no way I'm getting anything accomplished here. That's like saying where there's a will, there's a way, and I should be able to regrow my leg. Not happening. Be nice though. That would be nice. Oh, big news with my daughter, which my mom wanted to talk about more than my situation. Apparently, she's got a new man. I'm in South Carolina, Christy. I'm a little far away from Iowa. um, yep, my oldest daughter has a new man. She got no time for anything apparently. The last time I talked to my mom, she's like, "Well, she's too busy to deal with anything except school. She doesn't spend any time with her kids, nothing, except if she has to yell at them for something." And she goes to school. Well, now apparently she has plenty of time for a man. She's been seeing him for a while and just told my mom. And he has custody of one daughter and apparently has another daughter that lives in Myrtle Beach. And the daughter he has custody of is 13. My granddaughter is 15. And my daughter's been spending all kinds of time with him and his daughter. So my granddaughter's getting a little pissed off. Yeah, it's. And he lives in Easley, South Carolina, which is about 45 minutes away from where I live. And my daughter mentioned to my mother that she might be moving to Easley. And my both grandkids went, "Well, we're not moving with you because we're not leaving our friends or school or anything else." So my grandson is 17. He's legally an adult. So I know he won't move. He really can't stand his mother. Um, so yeah. So my granddaughter's throwing a fit. I'm like, "Ugh, yeah." And then that would be a 45-minute commute for Desiree to go to school. It's the girl's got her head up her ass. I don't know. She's so brilliant when it comes to schoolwork and so stupid when it comes to life. I'm like, what is wrong with you? So that's the big news in my mom's house. And she showed me a picture of the gnome she made, and I want one so bad. And I found the wool roving on Amazon. And it's like 8 something for like 3 ounces or something like that. And I was gonna buy it, and then I found out I didn't have any money. I was like, well, shit. Still not gonna get my purple gnome. But Christy. I don't know. I mean, things have to work out eventually, right? I mean, my luck can't be that bad. But I swear I must have been punching babies in another life or something. Because I'm seriously paying for some bad shit in this one. I don't know. We'll get there. It's just I don't really have anything else to talk about, so I didn't really mean to ramble on so much about it, but I have nothing else going on right now. That's kind of been the focus of my entire brain is this whole Social Security thing. Yeah, Victoria messaged me earlier and said she needed my address um, to send me tracking number or something, and I'm like, girl, you send me packages all the time with those stupid minions on them. You have my address. She goes, no, your email address. I'm like, well, it might have helped if you had put email before address. She was like, oh my god, I just noticed I forgot to put email. I was like, oh my god, you're so Victoria. I love her. She's funny. Yeah, and I have saved some of the boxes that she sent me stuff in because they're small, and because I sell small things. If I need to put them in a box, I have small boxes. So if anybody buys something for me and I use one of those boxes, you're getting minions on them. You'll know that that box originated with Victoria because we recycle here in Kodi's house. And we did make some progress in the room. My mom was very happy with all the crap she was able to put in the throwaway piles from the closet. It was just so emotional though, because there's still 2 or 3 of John's shirts in there, and his hat and his Christmas stocking made me cry. And my mom was like, "Don't be crying. We won't get anything done." Thank you for your sensitivity. I appreciate your compassion. You know, I'm like, fuck. So, yeah, it's been kind of a roller coaster today. A little bit. So I'm probably gonna run for another 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna shut this down and try and get some damn sleep. Because my nap didn't work out too well earlier. And I gotta put my other glove on because my right hand is flaring big time. It's on my knuckles that the flare ups are happening right now. The nerve pain flare ups is on my knuckles. And it's really irritating. She came across all the tattoo patterns that John and I had worked on and that John had sketched out. So that was hard too. Because the one pattern was for the barbed wire that I tattooed on him that he designed. That he fell asleep while I was tattooing on the inside of his arm. How could that is so sensitive right there, the inside of your upper arm. So sensitive, right near your armpit. And the man fell asleep. Craziness. There you go. Everybody go check out Darlene's channel. She's got cool stuff. Talent, talent, talent. All my ink work went up in smoke because John was cremated. I do have pictures, but kind of not the same as them actually being here, you know? Yeah. It's really sad that my life went to shit when he died. Everybody bailed. Kind of sucks. Big time. And you know, if I hadn't just had my leg amputated the month before, even though I was dealing with, a bad back and all that, I would have been able to handle it. But with the added bonus of not being able to walk and being in a wheelchair, it made everything 100 times worse. It's very overwhelming. Yeah, I get that, Darlene. Let's see what else is going on right now. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Adam's on and Cajun's on. And that's all I got. That's all I got. Yeah, Darlene, I agree. That's why I'm a little concerned about my internet bill. Because it's always a month past due or whatever. And although Spectrum usually lets you go like 3 months and then they'll shut you down, so I should be okay. Yeah, Christy, I have, and no, I can't have a roommate. I don't have any place to put them. So I can't, unless it's family or someone I am incredibly close to, I cannot have a roommate in this house. Because the only room which was available, which is now my storage room, that's where the bathroom is. So in order to get into the bathroom, you have to go through someone's bedroom. And that's kind of an intimate thing. So yeah, I can't. And I won't live with a stranger. Been there, done that. Hasn't always worked out so good. So no roomies. House isn't suited for that. Okay, Lisa. I'm gonna be ending it in like 8 minutes anyway. So I need to try and get some sleep. I need to rest my eye, is what I need to do. My left eye is because I still have the sty has gone down, but it's still kind of there. So when my eyes get strained, well, I mean, most of the house is easy for me. It's just that utility, I call it a utility room. It's not really big enough to even be a room, but except for the utility room, the house itself is fine. And I can't move. I have no way to move. So anywhere else is going to be way more expensive. We've not too long ago, we went through listings and things and places in the area because I don't want to move too far away from my mom. I want to stay in the same town, and everything is at least $200 more a month than what I'm paying. So no. Then I would have to decide if I wanted to do without internet or electricity in order to in order to try and pay my rent. And that's bye, Bobby. So yeah. So we adapt. Like I can get my laundry in the washer. So what I usually do, I can get the laundry in the laundry basket. I have one of those little brown laundry baskets, and I put it in there, and I can get that out. It's awkward and it's painful, but I can do it one handed. Wheeling the wheelchair across my house one handed. It's fun. I can get the laundry in the washer, and I usually do that Wednesday, Wednesday mornings before my mom is gonna even leave her house. So it's mostly done before she gets here, and then she puts it in the dryer for me, and then takes it out of the dryer. So that's how we work laundry. And I really don't have all that much laundry anyway. Why? North Carolina is not South Carolina. So, and my neighbor usually brings my mail. Oh, my neighbor's out of the hospital. He got out of the hospital Tuesday, last Tuesday. Um, but yeah, he's weak. He's supposed to be regaining his strength and not driving. So what did he do as soon as all the neighbors left? He got in his truck and he left. I'm like, so I got to lecture him for a change, because he always lectures me if he goes and gets me cigarettes. So I got to lecture him for driving. But I'm glad he's out of the hospital. Seems to be doing well. He says he's okay, so closer than Iowa. Yeah. Well, that was a very quick storm. It's not raining anymore, and there's no more thunder, and it lightened up. I can see my floor. So that's a shame. I was hoping it would still be raining and thundering, so I could get some more. I could get some decent sleep. I always sleep better during storms. I don't know why, but I do. I'm also vampiric. I sleep better during the day than at night. So, I mean, I'm sure. No, I am on the opposite side of the state. I am over by Georgia. I'm in the top northwest corner of South Carolina, about 45 minutes away from Greenville, South Carolina. Hey, Mr. Jim. How are you? I had a huge jumping spider laying on the back door frame. When I let the dog in, and when I closed the door, apparently the spider was on the top of the door. How far is the beach? From me, 8 or 9, maybe 10 hours. Mr. Jim lives in Myrtle Beach. I'm on the other side of the state. It also depends on how fast you drive. I mean, we went from where I am to Florence, South Carolina, and I think it took us like 6 hours. I'm not sure. Yeah. It's a big state. Considering, I'm from Massachusetts and that's a little state. So I don't do the beach. Beach and I don't get along. There's sun there. I don't. Nope. The sun is the enemy. I mean, it used to just be the enemy because I get sunburnt really easily, being a redhead. But now it's the enemy because I seem to get heat sick in the sun. If the sun is beating on me too long, I'll get sick. It's like I get sun poisoning or something. It's really weird. I got left in my driveway in a wheelchair for 2.5 hours because the EMTs were all busy. It's before I had the ramp, and EMTs would have to come and get the stair chair, and I'd have to get out of my wheelchair, get into that. They strap me down, and then they get me up my stairs so I would be able to get back in my house. And John stayed outside with me, and he kept sending Issa inside for cold water and a cloth, and we were like wiping me down and putting cold cloth on the back of my neck, and he had her bring out an umbrella so that I was shaded from the sun, and I was actually getting lightheaded. I almost passed out, and they got me. EMTs finally showed up, got me on the porch. As soon as I was out of the sun, I started feeling better. So I drank like half a bottle of water. I sipped it because I know you get sick if you chug cold water when you're overheated. And within like 10 minutes or so, I was fine. But yeah, I get really sensitive to the sun now. So the sun is the enemy. I do not do the beach. That it's really hard to get a wheelchair through sand. Just saying. Unless you have like motorized all-terrain vehicle wheelchair, which I did see on a movie and I wanted one, but it wouldn't fit in the house. So Mr. Jim, right? Nothing in city of Myrtle Beach but crime and overpriced stuff. Yeah, it's all priced for tourists. Everything is expensive there. I've never actually been there, but all right. Well, I am getting all dozy here. I need to lay down. So I thank you guys for all listening to me whine about my issues. And thank you again for all the advice people gave me and the help and assistance. And I am going to end this. And everybody make sure and go check out Mr. Jim's channel too, because he has awesome stuff. Awesome. And I hope everybody has a good day and a good rest of your week. I'll see you around the tube. And hopefully I'll be able to give you a positive update sometime soon. That would be nice. Good night, everybody.